So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Porto Isolde. Não tem mais cristais. Aqui. Aqui. Esse aqui. Eu sou obrigado a voltar para o esconderijo. Cá estão os monstros.
Maybe the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Peregrinação culinária.
Monsters take well. Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad. Bloody dust.
Ixi.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then...
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm, but you're made of sterner stuff.
Claro.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So,
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, a beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosarians. One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something.
Pronto. Agora tem que perseguir ingredientes culinários.
Typical noodles.
Mirada alumiada. Ah, aqui. Caralho, eu olhei. Nossa, é muito bufo.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
Tá os três. Onde eu vou achar esse bicho? Será que é aquilo ali? Me parece que sim. É ela mesmo. Aruna. Matei tua mestre faz tempo e...
This isn't gonna be easy.
Pode ver que tá subindo o vento. Vou pegar a bichinha tem vida. Cuidado com ele, mano. Você tá bravo. Segura o Deus. Fugindo com ele, parceiro.
trust will. I know I will. Where would I be without you?
Mas já tá roncando.
Come on.
Queria dormir rápido assim. Segura o chocobo kick.
You deserve a rest.
Nossa, Claizão, apesar de tudo, sei não. Onde que é o outro? Em Rosário. Penhasco, não sei das quantas. Não, é aqui, ó. O punho rompido. Onde que é? Não sei. Não sei não. Caralho, claro que você tá bravo. É aqui mesmo. Ah, ele me esperando. E aí, tio? Belfegor. Ah, que B, isso é meio difícil, hein? A impressão meio é grande também. Não, calma. Nível 30, esse vai ser um desafio. Não sei por quê. Os aqui dos ataques não tem nenhum ataque pra usar. Tô esquivando, Jorge. Sai daí, Clayvon. Toma aqui. ainda não subi de nível. Tristinho.
Hope there aren't any more of them.
Vai Freud, vai Freud. Senhores, eu não quero briga. Queria me bater por nas áreas, né?
You deserve a rest.
This one.
Fazendo isso só pra esperar a vida. Chocou com tapa a hora, vai tirar.
Straight home now.
Segura pra mim. Os bichos lá do outro lado. Nossa, de nível.
Let's go.
Tipo 10 níveis mais forte que você. Impulso. Rolo de Marta.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Gente, você sabe de alguma coisa?
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods.
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Boy, I haven't heard folk calling that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up, hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer, when there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't getting
Não
hard
estão ainda tão difíceis, vão
even
ficar.
if they were. You wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 R's would be your best bet, memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Lá embaixo.
Stay sharp.
Não pode chamar aqui ainda.
Causing any trouble there?
Apareceu na minha frente.
Faster!
Não que o bichinho não cansa.
Scorpions. Always don't know what I'm up against.
Você tá bravo? Nossa.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Entendi. Tiozão. Todos os teus bagulhos estranhos.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose.
É eu que vou provar, fudeu.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What an assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavors, but never have I tasted.
Welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of chocolate single mouthful, and Molly will be breathing.
I'm sure she will.
Ai, meu Deus.
Typical nobles.
Tem um coisa de novo aí, deixa eu... Nada de novo.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the flame?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
Tamanha famicídio fora da lei. Boa parte da minha clientela prefere passar o tempo falando sobre as façanhas dele a realizar suas próprias. Por isso sinto que ele deve pelo menos parte dos meus ganhos. Um indivíduo admirado deixou na mesa de cabeceira, que serve melhor para você do que para ele.
All yours.
Renome, uma fresca de esperança.
All done?
Não sei se é meu renome.
There are new billets being posted.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the hump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Casa de ferreiro, espeto de pau.
I could have sworn we had a few. That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Cadê o cara?
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
Tadinho dele.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of hail. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Bem, velho. Cadê a coraça?
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. I don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Mas isso vai ficar pro próximo episódio que eu tô pingando de sono. Fique com Deus.